You know, Chanel, you said something very important there. It's about the shifting and readjustment. I'm not surprised. President Trump is very well known to calibrate when things are not working. And if we're being honest with ourselves, Pam Bondi has been derelict in duty in many instances, especially when it came to the Epstein files. I think it frustrated President Trump, it frustrated Congress, it frustrated Americans and voters and supporters of President Trump. That's not the promise that he made in the campaign trail, and she became a big political albatross. It is election year. It is a midterm election year where historically the party in power loses control of at least one chamber of Congress. President Trump, I believe, is doing the right political move here in making sure that he can restore confidence so that his voters can go out there and actually deliver a victory and break the precedent that only George Bush was able to keep during the 2002 primary midterm election. So my point here is very simple. We need to look at this for what it is. She wasn't working. She was sinking the team. President Trump earlier in March, well, last month, decided to do the same thing at DHS. He believed that former Secretary Christine Noem was hurting the team, and he did a quick maneuver. So it's a recalibration. I think it's for the better. A lot of people are rumoring it to be the top contender for the new position to be Lee Zeldin, former congressman from New York's 1st District, now EPA director. Now, I think that's an interesting pick, and there's a lot of people speculating on the internet. It should be Harmeet Dillon. It should be Jeanine Pirro. It should be so many people. The reality is we don't know until President Trump makes that announcement. So I think this is for the better on a political scale and on quelling the dissatisfaction of Congress with the DOJ right now. So it's not a bad move, and it's a very positive move in the right direction for the president and his cabinet.
It is, but this job is probably one of the most unenviable jobs in the entire administration. And that's saying a lot, right? Because there's so much pressure from the base to get things right, to right the ship, to render justice on the bad guys. And there have been so many bad guys, especially the ones who have been politically motivated, going after the right, going after people who simply voted for Trump. There's so much injustice that has to be righted. And so this job has so much writing on it. That said, despite this being an unenviable job, AG Bondi, I think, had a lot of, former AG Bondi had a lot of unforced errors, right? The whole Jeffrey Epstein investigation was just one of several examples. That unforced error was really one of the roots for some of the dissatisfaction you saw on the base, the fractures you saw in some of the Trump MAGA crew and their anticipation of what this administration could do. You started to see the first cracks of fracture because of this single incident under Pam Bondi.
I think it's fair to say that the beginning of the end for her started with her doing the unthinkable of saying, the files are on my desk. The truck is loaded in the SDNY and it's on its way to DC. And that goalpost kept shifting. Volume 1, stage 1, and then influencers getting those binders. Those were all unforced errors, and her voluminous amount of TV appearances. I like the AG, personally speaking. I think Pam Bondi is a great human being. She's a decent public servant, and she's well-intentioned. She has the right intentions and is well-intended to when she does. The problem is that this was a big job with a lot of pressure, and it's a primetime job that has a lot riding on it, and I don't think the moment and the cast member was the right time. And I'm not saying this to be hypercritical or a Monday morning quarterback. I'm just calling out the shots as I see it. I think that this was long overdue in the eyes of many. Some skeptics say that this is a knee-jerk reaction. I think this is a fairly balanced decision by the president. And the thing is that he gets to do another pick. And let's just hope that that pick is a good pick to go finish off so much work that's left to be done in rooting corruption and weaponization out of the DOJ.
Some in the left-wing media are freaking out over this new contract between us at OANN and YouTube TV.
It's dangerous that One American News is being platformed on such a large digital streaming pay TV provider. You're freaking out about the fact that people have choice. You know, like people can't be allowed to hear what they have to say. OAN is not the only channel on YouTube TV. There's like dozens of them. So if you don't like what's being said here, we hope you stay, but there's many other things going on in the world. This is how the left operates, Alicia. They operate in censorship. They don't believe in choice and letting people do their own homework. This is the way the authoritarian left works. They don't believe in choice because they don't like the fact that we don't live in the 1960s anymore with 3 networks and your local newspaper.
We have to respect freedom of the press, the First Amendment, free speech. Remember that.
I want to begin tonight by welcoming and thanking all of our new viewers on YouTube TV. Overnight, One American News welcomed a potential 9.4 million new viewers on YouTube TV. So on behalf of everyone here at OAN, welcome to One American News. We are incredibly excited to have you.
This will allow all YouTube TV subscribers to enjoy 16 hours of live news coverage every single day, as well as all of AWE's lifestyle, travel, and family programming, and it will be available in YouTube TV's baseline package. Now, the Vice President and Global Head of Media at YouTube, Justin Connolly, said this about it. Our goal has always been to provide our subscribers with a wide range of content, which is why we're excited to bring One American News to YouTube TV. This partnership gives One American News access to our growing audience, while also giving our subscribers even more choice when it comes to news and entertainment. And we here at The Real Story are extremely grateful for the opportunity to now reach a wider audience. And we're also grateful for the time you give us each and every single day. And we're excited for the future at this amazing network.